All right, welcome everyone. Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Arcane, Season 2, Episode 3. We have now seen both sides.
Yeah, now we get an Act 1 finale. We get a Part 1 of 3 ending here.
Oh, yeah.
I am very excited to have a Jinx and Vi confrontation
Reunion?
here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because the hunt is on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is in Zon, or not Zon, you know.
Right, exactly. That.
Right.
Yeah.
The Chem Barons or what have you are against Jinx.
There's
Savika
one fewer.
is not. There's one fewer now. Got properly mincemeated by Jinx's donated, fixed mechanical arm with all kinds of RNG-based video game-ass mechanical
I gotta
upgrades.
say,
Let's go. Lead into it.
Yep. So, Savika and Jinx, 2 people of the 5. But who are the others?
I don't think we have to lean in so much to this whole 5 thing there. I think the point is that the point is that it's the 2s. You have Savika and Jinx, and you have Kate and Vi.
Great point.
That's where it is. We have also a very terrifying look of what Vi as an enforcer looks like. Jinx got to see that in the place where Vi practiced all of her moves and saw, fit to call that place like an extension of their home, and now they invaded it. So let's have a confrontation a la episode 6, maybe. I think that
does
like,
feel rather
fitting.
fitting.
If you're gonna retread ground, that seems like a good place to start.
Yeah, because it's not like that anymore.
No, but they have been repeating things from the first season in a way that feels like the beginning, but we don't have a proper setup for an episode 3 from the season 1, or do we?
Well, because, they're not kids anymore. They don't need quite as much external motivation in order for everything to hit the fan. So, at the same time, there are a lot of crazy things that are happening right now. The whole thing with Victor, and the stuff with
starting to
Bessa
move
doing her
things,
thing, and then that whole bit with Singe that just sort of was we're just throwing that in there.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not relevant.
I wouldn't worry Wick about it.
Exactly.
It should be fine. But y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
But remember,
yes, your history.
you're a Kiraman.
I will lead a strike team into Zorn with 3 objectives. Locate Jinx, dismantle Shimmer, and neutralize any agents still loyal to Silver.
Damn.
The rise of industry and the fissions has led to the air becoming increasingly toxic. They call it the Grey.
Bringing this up again, yeah.
Okay.
The people of the underground deserve to breathe.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Now they're weaponizing it. Oh my god.
Okay.
It's also a navigational route for them to get into the other city.
Yeah. And to move
sneak
around
around.
that no one else will know about.
Oh! God!
Alright.
What the fuck?
This looks so good!
God, this is a graphic novel.
Yeah.
Just animated.
They call it the Grey.
Oh. Well, that's fun. Yeah. Little puppets on strings.
Oh shit.
Thanks. I thought I was a goner.
Your speeches, man.
Name's he not. I decided it was time for me to retire. It's the Grey. It gives me that.
Tell us how you wound up here.
Hey, wait. Jinx is off the rails. Even for her. Planning something big. Right here in the Pipeworks. She was headed towards the old tunnels. Something about rerouting the vents.
Yeah. Sure. That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Send the Grey back up to Piltover.
Right.
Can I get a minute?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh.
So tell me, Amara, what does a member of Piltover's Merchant Guild want from me?
Oh. Right. She shook hands with Jace at the concert thing.
Come here to settle a debt.
My bookkeeper is down the hall.
What you've stolen is more precious than any gold.
Wait. What the hell? What the hell?
Holy shit!
Did you truly believe Piltover was beyond our reach?
What the hell?
Son is dead. Is that not enough to sate your bloodlust?
We know what you're chasing in Piltover. We will not allow it.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit, okay.
Runes, baby.
Stop me, insolent witch!
My death means nothing. You should have given up the feud.
You have no inkling what family is to me.
Holy shit. Okay. I love it.
Triple the guard.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's time we involve Mel.
No, we must distance ourselves. She's safer as our enemy.
Her disappearance won't go unnoticed for long.
It's worse than that.
Oh shit. All right.
Oh no, they're already setting up like future stuff. Like future stuff.
And I'm very excited.
I think we should cut the others loose. Listen, if that Henon idiot is telling the truth, Jinx is gonna have surprises in store for us.
All the more reason to bring backup. I can't let her get away again. Are you sure you're
My
right?
sister is gone. There's only Jinx now.
Okay.
Oh, the voice acting.
It
Yeah.
has to end.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Now there's another way you can spin this.
I'm sorry. I can't bring her back, but please, just
Just hear me. Yeah.
everyone in my life has changed. Promise me you won't change.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There it is.
Not necessarily even for their sake, but
Yeah.
because yeah.
Oh, they're gonna kiss? Oh.
Alright. Yay.
I won't.
Okay. All right.
Let's hex it up, you know? Yeah, they're parting ways.
Okay.
I really
All right.
respect this decision, Caitlin. Although,
Ooh. Shimmer along the tattoos. That's fun.
this is Victor-related stuff, or... Oh!
Oh. Fun.
Very fun.
Okay.
Out.
Someone's a bit on
realize
edge.
how easy it
Yeah.
was for me to track you down here. It's enough work propping you up without you dulling what few wits are left rattling around in there.
Yeah.
Propped as well as you prod. Maybe I'd have better uses for my time. Waiting for an update on Princess Kiraman's underground escapades. She's gotten no closer to Jinx.
Perhaps if you hadn't let a child overpower you in your own chamber.
It's the name. It bewitches people. Do you really think Mel could have succeeded with it?
Oh shit.
Never speak ill of my family.
Jeez. The guy can't even...
Yeah. Like you can't walk.
Yeah, you're bullying him. Like, the way she manipulates is pretty, like, blunt, but it's effective.
Rally every house
Yeah.
and family with even a modicum of influence.
Yes, of course. Whatever you need.
There is another matter concerning your guild merchant, Amara.
Yeah, what about her?
She's dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fun.
Okay.
Hello.
Good to see you again, Lest.
Yeah. Spy.
Being on a counselor with peculiar tastes doesn't rattle me.
You met my mother. What did she want?
I don't know. They kicked me out before I could hear any of it.
We both know you heard every word. This is vitally important. I need to
Okay.
know.
This was never about Sallow. You're using me to get to her. Hang me out to dry? I'm expendable?
No, I'd love to promise your safety, but I can't make any assurances other than this. If my mother gets what she wants, the whole city will suffer. You're the only one who can stand in her way.
You're setting up some big announcement. All the who's who, aiming to take over and put Sallow in the hot seat. But we know who's really pulling the strings. Amara, I don't know what you make of that. Brand new cocktail, all the rage.
Nice.
Leaves traces on the body. That should be all you need to shut Sallow down.
Nice.
Cool.
Dangerous as she is, your mother was spooked. Could smell it.
Yeah.
Cat backed into a corner.
Yeah. Fun.
Already
Fun.
gone. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Machinations are moving. Okay. We got a leak.
Victor hypothesized that there may be something he called wild runes. Patterns that would occur naturally where the border between our world and the Arcane's thin.
Like the ones you use in Hextech. What's the difference between those and wild rune?
Pass me a tome.
Okay.
So I used words you understood in order to elicit your action. This is what Hextech runes are.
Right.
Pass me a tome. There. You sighed. Still a kind of language. A sound, but not words.
Okay.
Natural. That's wild runes. Most places the arcane is dormant, but here and there, it's more active, and wild runes are...
Sort of like its fingerprints. That pattern is on my tree because you pissed the arcane off with all your demands?
That's not what I...
Oh, the lad may be onto something.
Do you think this could actually be a result of overuse of Hextech?
It's an idea.
So often they turn to horrors. I'd always presumed it was due to mankind's turbulent relationship with power.
Sure.
Perhaps it is a property of the arcane itself.
There's some reaction taking place. How come we've never seen any sign of it until now? And why would it
Sure.
appear on a tree deep under ground?
You're cooking? What you got?
Yeah, we're cooking.
What is it, boy?
The vents, the air.
Oh. Because it was their air filter, basically.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like it.
I also love it too because it's kind of the dark history of Piltover. And then they've shoved it underground as like a
Right.
hey, we don't want to think about that anymore. And now look,
Yeah.
we've got like temples and things they're going through to like old ancient, cultures or what have you.
I've confirmed Sallow met privately with members of several houses today. At this moment, it's
Foolish.
Of course, your mother is anything but a fool. There must be an angle I'm missing.
Did you look into the other matter?
There's
Ooh,
a
the
rat's
other
nest
matter.
of misinformation surrounding your brother's passing. Whoever he crossed knows how to cover their tracks.
Whoa.
It seems they've managed to strip your mother of most of her holdings.
Whoa.
Wait.
She's desperate here. Yeah.
Which makes her all the more dangerous.
Okay, okay.
What are we going to do?
And they followed her here.
Summon the apothecary.
Yeah.
I'll want his opinion of this.
And they're-
check in on Amara.
And they're more scared about them tapping into magic than they are about actually like what they're doing here politically. Because that's what they want. They want Hextech. They want weapons.
Right, right.
We must be at least 200 feet below the surface.
The entire structure is a channel, focusing the Hextech energy into a precise beam.
No way. And that's where Victor is at the bottom. Watch.
Oh.
He's been just naturally.
Oh, shit.
feeling
Wait,
it all
what?
just-
What?
Oh, look at the. Oh, no. Yeah. Oh, Vander and.
Okay. If you see an opening,
Take the shot.
take the shot.
Yep.
Yep.
Bro.
Okay.
Bro.
Okay.
I know so much about its design.
Deduced what I couldn't. I didn't think the topside would trust anything that important below the surface.
Well.
I thought the gemstone mesh was installed above ground.
The mesh is above ground. We weren't sure what would happen if the gate overloaded, so we
Yeah.
installed a failsafe at the base.
Instead of it exploding in your neighborhood, it would blow up in ours.
We're miles from the main fissures.
Same utility ducts that carry our water and facilitate our ventilation. And that would explain it affecting the tree.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We're the ones that get played.
What the?
Oh, shit.
Oh, things are rippling out.
Finally got the name right.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, what a callback.
What is this place?
Don't you remember the old Jana bedtime stories Vander used to tell us?
Trapped underground. Air running thin.
Wispy wind woman wafts to their rescue.
We use the Grey to clear the streets. To keep people safe.
Never thought my sister would turn bluebelly.
Never thought mine would orphan kids.
Why not? Done it to myself enough. Plastering my face all over so someone else would do your dirty work. Poisoning our air.
Yeah.
I'm done blaming myself for your mistakes. Done pretending you're my sister. You're not. You killed her. I'm not gonna let you stain her memory anymore.
Then stop me. Because no matter what I do, I just can't seem to die.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bang on accurate.
Yep.
And baited out the sniper.
Thanks for
Damn
showing
it,
yourself.
they're gonna go for Caitlyn now.
Yep.
I know you're sweet on her. Hope you got a chance to, you know, before.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god. Here we go.
Yeah, meanwhile, what in the hell is this? Oh my god.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Whoa, here we go. Bad matchups for both.
Mm-hmm.
Giving up the high ground.
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, Savika, you should have just broken the gun.
Gaudy animation choreography, yes. Whoa.
What?
It's reacting to the. Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Whoa!
Oh, because they're hex tech devices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not again. Gotta let them go. Whoa!
Oh, shit.
Wow!
Oh!
The prep. Wow!
What is happening?
We are infinite, Captain.
We are getting weird is what's happening.
Jace is tapping into the arcane. Oh my gosh. Yeah, catch her.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh.
Ah! Oh, you're gonna break the tie, aren't you?
Holy shit.
What have we done?
Whoa, bring us all the way back to.
Oh shit.
Well, the arcane has been unleashed.
Oh fuck, using the overload to.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, that. Oh my god.
Oh, every single one of these is a gorgeous painting, but
and
I want it to
it
stop.
is heartbreaking.
She's gonna get the shot.
And then the kid has the pistol.
Whoa.
Okay, just got a finger.
No, but Caitlyn held back.
Go on. I'm ready. I'm glad it's you.
Oh.
Fuck. Yep. Yeah. You gonna kill a kid?
I mean, she was about to. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's an excellent shot.
Yeah, she never's gonna be off target, like, never gonna miss. Oh.
Get away from her! Scram, kid! Kate! She's a child! Move!
Wait, can we salvage this? Can we save this? There's maybe a way.
No, this isn't how it's supposed to.
Oh, they did it. It's going up. It's going up to the top. Oh my god.
I love it.
And it's enough friction to... Oh, or that. There you go.
Okay. Let's see it. Oh, and right here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, I love it. It's all of Jinx's paints. All those were just paints to mix in with the gray. Yeah, and they'll have never breathed this air, so it'll be a violent, toxic, chemical warfare.
That's also just been building up down there for, how long?
Oh, it's so
Look at the pretty colors, Oh my god.
Wow, just like the Vi and powder shot.
Kate.
Wow. What are gonna be the words?
You stopped me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have had to. I had the shot.
No, you held back.
I keep telling myself that you're different, but you're not. It's her blood in your veins.
Oh fuck. Okay, you're going there.
The one acting like her.
Okay.
Yeah, she was scared she could sense it coming, but...
Yep.
The thing I love so much about this is that Kate spared Jinx, though.
Right.
There were multiple times she had shots, and she didn't take it. She went for the finger.
Right.
She tried to protect Vi over trying to kill Jinx.
Right, and so she's pissed at herself.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I also love it because it's basically now you can't wash this off. You can't hide.
Oh,
what
yeah.
You've
I like
done.
it.
You've now been stained with the the actions that you all you all made here.
Alora, what's wrong?
Oh no.
No. Oh my god.
Okay. All right, we're going here. Nah. Wait. They're just gone. You just got taken somewhere else. Holy shit.
Leverage against Ambessa, you know?
Yeah.
Thank you all for answering my summons.
The timing of this.
The expertise of Ambessa Medarda. She's just shared with me some very upsetting, but sadly unsurprising news.
Good evening.
Damn.
Yesterday,
She's ready to rule.
Merchant Amara, restoring this great city to its former glory. Zornite assassins fell upon us. Our families should not need fear an assassin's dagger in the night. End this. You must declare martial law. Appoint a general to lead until this threat is vanquished. A pillar of your community.
Oh.
Caitlin?
Yeah.
Who may consider my experience and my entire detachment of Noxian soldiers at their disposal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Doesn't have Vi now.
I could only be referring to Caitlin Kiraman.
Yeah.
Yeah, not you.
I love it.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh
my god.
That is a drum beat. God.
For your son.
Yeah. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. The timing.
Right.
Yep. Oh. That is scary.
Okay. Holy shit.
Oh, cool. He's not with her. He's
okay.
That's okay.
He's like,
okay.
right.
He was a good egg all along.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry for doubting you.
He can tell where this is going. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, put the hands on her shoulders.
The cloak, yeah.
Your mother will have justice. I swear it.
Yeah, please. There shouldn't be any more. There's more?
Oh, yeah. Singed. Okay, what do we got?
We keep going back.
I hear some growling.
Uh-huh. Daddy's awake.
And they even brought Vander back up, both with the images, but then also the stories that he used to tell us.
Yep. Oh!
Holy shit. Let's go.
God, even this ending music is giving me, like...
Oh, yes.
We'll get the actual full track that was playing in the beginning with the enforcers coming in. This was such a beautiful example of them taking things that they learned from the way that they make these episodes in the first season and combining little techniques and things into this one. Oh my God.
All right.
The way in which they use the music video stuff for the fight, like they did with Echo and
and Jinx, but then they use it for the montage here of
and then bleeding that in where everything goes back to fast with the music being cut.
Well, and also using that as a way to slip in the exposition of what the build up to what Jinx is going to do with the air.
Right.
By showing how that's something that they used. And
but
then
she wasn't even wanting to do it this way.
Right. Yeah.
She was gonna like leverage it or something. It was gonna be like a threat or like a
or maybe just she didn't want it to be something that's the desperate after they didn't kill her. Or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, it said thanks to all past and present League of Legends players.
Thank you. Well, this episode had so many things. And as criminal as it feels to say, I feel like the Vi and Jinx stuff, it's like, yes, incredible. But wait. What are those, like, 3 other things that are just casually, like, done in the background of the episode? And it's like, hang on. That has implications.
Yeah, it has implications. But, like, let's talk about the core of the heart of the episode here. The 3 characters. Kate, Vi, and Jinx. Not necessarily in that order, but okay.
Yeah.
We have the relationship sundering of Kate and Vi. That had to happen. I mean, Vi, being an enforcer, sure, you can put on the
right. You can put on the blue, but like, and I love that they had the preamble before the actual fight of like just basically not the shit talking, but basically really, this is who you are now. Like, okay. Like, you make a bunch of orphans? Hey, come on, that's nothing new, sister. Right? And you're gonna actually just weaponize the dirty air? Really? That's who you are now? Like, blue through and through?
Yeah, I love that this was a painful reunion since we hadn't really gotten them to have a full conversation since, episode 6, really. And so, I mean, no, we had the conversation at the table, but that wasn't...
That was under duress in various different ways.
This was under duress too, but it was one where I always feel for that scene because of the way in which Vi is so woefully unprepared. Right. Whereas here you can tell she's more prepared, and we get to see more of her nuance and character here, and Jinx did all this to basically remind her of how much they've lost, but all I saw through the fight was just 2 people who wanted to reconnect, and there is a way now. Like, the way in which this fight happened, I have so much hope now, but it's so painful because you can see that again circumstances forced them apart here, but I like that it was Savika's decision here,
right?
Because Savika is absolutely in with Jinx now.
Oh yeah.
And even more so is getting revenge here. Like this is absolutely like one of the best kinds of vengeance. It's not just for, Jinx and her feelings and stuff, but it's for Silco. It's for the Undercity. It's for everything that, Piltover has taken away or given to them. Yeah. And so this was a climactic conclusion to their conflict, at least for now. But things are going to evolve. Things are going to change.
Oh,
with
absolutely.
The sundering of Kate and Vi, and Kate being elevated to this military level.
Yeah.
We will have a very different conflict in the next 3 episodes. And I mean an extremely
so different
conflict.
And I love the way that they did that as a transition because, like, there's this fight felt like the thing that, even though I didn't think it would go this way, once we know that there's a season 2, this has to happen. Right? Like, it just has to, you know? And so, okay, we have this. But also, that's not going to be what the entire season is about. And this felt like the way in which they bring it up and they progress it, and there's more stuff that can be done in that area.
Yeah.
But then also basically pass the torch to the grander conflict.
Right, because there are other characters here that have motivations that have more power within the plot to move things along.
Right.
This is the intimate story.
And now we're going into war.
Yeah. And I love, while we're setting up this very obvious war that has been coming for a long time here, we have powerful players that are being set up to be introduced here in Jace, who's potentially now fully tapped into the Arcane.
Oh, yeah.
Victor, who's going to be also fully tapped into the Arcane. They're diametrically opposed in a fun way.
Yep.
Warwick, who's potentially going to come in and be either the shattering, like, hammer upon the anvil of this whole thing, or potentially the one that's going to save all of this, because that was not a wolf-looking hand there that had the tubes in it. That was a human hand. And so it might be more of like a transformation kind of thing,
it might,
than a full, like.
I think there's a good possibility.
I think Vanda's going to be in there. Like,
so I think there's a good possibility that was Singed basically donating his own blood to basically help the process come to fruition.
Okay.
And it did seem like we were getting some characterization for Singed, which I like, because he was just sort of a presence. He was the mad scientist that Silco had on his payroll, kind of a thing.
Yeah, he's the old leftover of Zahn, basically.
Right, exactly.
And the one who is the master of Shimmer and all this other stuff
so
that Silco is basically making dark deals with in order to utilize his own ends,
so he has a lot of relevance to the thematic and sort of societal commentary stuff that the show's going to be getting into, right? So I like that angle, right?
And he might be done, after this.
Right.
He might have given his life so that.
Yeah, exactly. And if Warwick is his progeny that will live on and cause utter chaos and just be an absolute terror and menace.
Or just the new face of the monster you created, Piltover.
Exactly. And that's where I feel like with the whole thing with the Vi and Jinx fight, there are so many things that I want to have explored more, because I feel like they were hinting at it, but not fully going into it in depth, because of course a fight is not the best time to do that, and because maybe the characters did not want that to be obvious until afterwards, maybe. But Jinx wanted to die here.
Yeah.
Like even when she showed up and she had the minigun and everything, right? Like everything in what she was doing didn't make sense from a fight standpoint.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm going to not open fire when I have the
clear shot.
The clear shot, right?
That was kind of the whole point of this episode, was everybody had the shot
and didn't take it.
And nobody took it.
And then
that's why there's so much hope here. Yeah.
And then when I and then after that, right? I'm going to then jump down and go into melee with my big gun.
Yeah.
No. And, the gun gets torn apart, because of course it does, right? Which is, in a lot of ways, the best chance they have at basically then having a real conversation that doesn't end up with one of them getting killed.
Yes.
Right?
Because, yes, exactly.
And I want to say there is some poignancy to that, because there was a time when Jinx killed someone with that gun and she didn't mean to.
Right.
And it really meant a lot to her, and she can't take that back.
Right.
So, but then there's also the whole thing of her being like, no, in the taking on of the name of I'm Jinx and using the name like armor and all that stuff so that she could survive everything that she's been through.
Yeah.
No, she's still absolutely internalized the fact that she's the Jinx, right?
Yeah,
so this is where Vi will set everything right. She was, Vi was the one who had everything kind of figured out.
Yeah.
And now you'll basically
knock me into place. Yeah.
Right. You'll
in
kill
the
me
ground alongside Vander.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah. Because that's where I'm supposed to be, right?
Yeah, these were all the childlike paintings of Powder that then had the Jinx part overlaid on top of them.
Right. It's all right, this will be my, my grave, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I've decorated it as such.
Right.
And the fact that she has a thing that maybe was supposed to go up after she died,
probably,
right?
as like a final crescendo. Like,
it's the
remember me,
right?
know?
But also, if you think about it, right, like this is the final act of Jinx. But even when I think about it, we didn't see that much blowback from the air being sent up.
Well, that's and that's a cool thing of like, the reason why is because it's just open air up there.
Well, sure, but like there was the one kid who had had to have the breath mask, right?
Right.
But all of the adults were more or less fine, and maybe it's something where it'll just take a long time to take effect. That's totally a possibility, right? And it's more dispersed and things like that. But what you end up having effectively is hey, I'm giving you back your dirty air, but it's not really going to have too much consequence. But what I am going to do is I'm going to basically make a colorful display that will be pretty for everybody in the Undercity, right? And it's going to let you know this was me.
Right.
This is a public final act of Jinx that doesn't hurt anybody all that much, but it is the middle finger, basically.
It is absolutely the middle finger. Yeah, that's why I want to talk about this, in that there were two things that could have happened here that would have made this worse. One was that the rock that kind of went up to seal the hole basically kept the air from flowing like too much beyond that point.
Sure. Okay.
But two, it seems like there could have been more prep time done to actually like get a consistent flow of air. But instead it was more of an explosion. So the air gets sent out away from the explosion up through the vents that then are, prepped to distribute
with
things
the
that
aerosolized paint or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
But if things had kept flowing in that way, then maybe it would have been a problem.
Sure.
But instead of it being that, it's just a gigantic
outburst.
Colorful outburst.
Yeah.
And I think that being what Jinx wanted is so cool, because then you get the stain, as I said in the reaction, kind of put on all these people and all these places to be like, no one is going to be able to ignore this. One of these days, these people are going to respect us, Powder.
Right.
And so this was kind of the promise that Vi made to her back then. And because she doesn't think she'll ever be able to fulfill it, she's going to do the last little thing that she can do to get that little bit of respect, that little bit of like, fuck you. This is who I am.
I'm basically just going to graffiti your city.
Yeah, and harmless. And then, of course, this terrifying act combined with Zonite assassins gets utilized and twisted and spun on its own thing here. But I love that underneath it all, like you were saying, every single character had a chance here to kill the other, and they didn't take it. And while I think that there's a lot to be said for they're still also letting out a lot of emotions. They're letting out a lot of hatred and frustration for real pain that the other have caused here.
Savika would not have had a problem killing it.
No. Savika did not have a problem at all. But I love that you saw like multiple points where, because these characters can take it, Jinx is hopped up on Shimmer. Vi's got the gauntlets and is armed up here. Caitlyn basically ends up getting the lucky end of things here, in that Savika's whole arm goes haywire alongside the core. Or not even the hex core, but the gate thing that they've got up there. Starting to go haywire as well. Basically makes Savika not a problem, so that she can end up getting in on the sister versus sister fight.
And I love the decision of it felt so scrappy and just dirty of you've got a gun that's basically sparking and overloading. I'm just gonna hold it up to your face, like right near the eye. All right.
There's a lot of dirty fighting in the choreography.
That's the other thing we have to talk about. Everything visually from this episode was so fucking gorgeous. Holy shit.
So good. We're not even talking about the very beginning bit with the enforcers coming in with the graphic novel
oh my
style.
God, that is definitely my favorite set of visuals from the show up till now. Not even a contest.
I put the Echo fight. The Echo
Jinx fight is the next contender, but I think this beats it. Like that was.
I mean, they were definitely trying to do the
like, hey, we did that awesome thing in season 1. We need to run up it. You know,
we're gonna do something different but similar.
Right.
We're going to take inspiration, but we're gonna do it in a longer, more less punchy, but more like consistent kind of wave of excitement.
And also like sort of
style.
like vaguely photorealistic, like more photorealistic, you know, where it's like it's got like there was so much detail in those shots that was just absolutely beautiful. But yeah, then in the actual choreography, we see them fighting and it's like, all right, yeah, this is exactly how we would expect them to fight. It's great.
But we don't expect them to fight this way, right? Jinx fought not to win, but to die.
No, yes, absolutely. Right. Once the minigun gets torn apart and it's like, okay, that's not an option anymore. Mm-hmm. You know, I loved all the stuff like you pointed out in between the reaction and the discussion of like all the ways that she's like attacking the back of the head and things like that. Like very much the like just, you know, doing whatever she can. Because even hopped up on Shimmer, 1, your sister was always the better boxer, but 2, she's got
anytime she lands a hit on you with one of those,
it's done, right? Like it's game over.
No, it's not. Jinx takes it. Jinx takes a full hit, and is fine. Again, hopped up on Shimmer, but it's the pain and weariness of that adds up, and you're going to eventually lose. But then the kid.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay,
that was perfect.
I think the kid symbolically is one of the most powerful things that they could have done. Mm-hmm. But this is also one of those like kind of obvious things that you do in stories like this. Uh-huh. Whenever you have a character who has experienced the loss of innocence, you can use a child to enter the story to be a reflection of where they once were, of where their innocence was. Mm-hmm. But basically, by bringing them then connected and next to that character that had the loss of innocence, you can basically show and threaten their loss of innocence again, and have other characters react to that of like, no, because in their minds they still haven't reconciled the fact that they're somewhat responsible or watch that other character experience the loss of innocence and they don't want to see it repeated.
Yeah, do you repeat the cycle, right? You know, what you do with someone like Jinx where you can say, okay, she's too far gone. All right, cool. You know, that's a fair assessment, right? You know, like, okay, you know, but then when it's like, okay, no, there's a little kid here, right? It very much was reminiscent of Vander, like dropping the gauntlets, you know, granted he wasn't, you know, thinking of potentially killing, you know, Vi and Powder back then, right? You know, he was dealing with an enforcer, but it's I put down the weapons of war, right?
Right.
You know, and so that the fact that is basically what stops Vi here, and not just stops Vi, but gets her to be like, no, hang on, and then she stops Kate because, realistically, if you really want to kill Jinx, you just say, oh, okay, once the gun is gone from the kid, right? You know, Kate shoots the gun out of their hand. Good job.
Pop.
Well, or not even that.
Oh.
Okay, kid. Take the shot, you know, right? Like, you know, like the kid is not going to actually stop you in any kind of literal sense, even as a potential like collateral, you know, thing, other than what the kid represents. And we're not going to, this kid threw his life on the line to try and save Jinx because
he cares about her.
Because he cares about her. And so, we're not going to kill Jinx right in front of them, you know.
And Vi, if this kid cares about Jinx, what does that say about the image you have of Jinx in your head?
Right.
What does that say about the murderer who killed your sister?
Exactly.
That's not who she is.
Right. You can't, and which is so perfect given that we're about to go into war, because then it makes it so that we have a reason then for Jinx and Vi to be set in a different kind of conflict, sort of in conflict with the conflict, if this makes sense. Because
they don't want this to blow up.
Right. Because
neither of them do.
Right.
They're going to be third parties almost.
Right. They were in war mode of, all right, we've so entirely vilified the enemy with, hey, good reason, right? And now as a result of that, let's use this extreme measure in order to just make everything quiet, right?
Right. And what I love so much about this is that we are then doing all this at the same time as we're bringing motherfucking Vander back into the story here, while he's going to be in a different form or what have you.
Oh, sure.
That'll be its own thing here. But this is tying it all the way back into, where did this show start? With war.
Yep.
with these 2 little girls losing their family and Vander picking them up.
Yeah.
And now what's happened? They've lost their family.
Oh,
And now war's coming again.
Yep.
But Vander's coming back.
Well, and that's...
I'm telling you, if there was any way in which they could basically look at this situation and go, yeah, but we don't want to see more orphans.
Right.
We don't want to see more people like us.
Well, and that's where
we could actually see them coming back and reconciling.
Right, and
maybe
that's
temporarily, but
what I'm thinking is going to happen, because I don't think Vander is going to be back in like a this is the
he'll be different
id of Vander, but it's going to be the body of Vander more or less, and that will be something that they will be able to recognize and will basically help them harken back to that time when things were simpler. And then maybe they even team up to be like, this is dishonoring the memory of our dead father, right?
Well, right.
You know, and so we're going to go take him down together, right?
No, yeah, I think that's very possible, but I think there will be more to it than that, because why do you bring back Vander in the story other than for shock value? You don't. You really don't.
No.
He has no reason to be brought back in the story unless his memory, unless his heart actually has some ability to be involved here. Not just in the way in which it'll, react with the heart and memories of the other characters, but it's the way in which he can actually have some agency.
Possibly. I think though there could be an element, because I think that is definitely a thing they could do. But I think there's also something that could be really powerful where Jinx and Vi are both going after Vander together, right? And this whole thing is kind of the this was Jinx's fault, and then Vi ends up being the one to kill the abomination Vander.
But hold on. Why would they? You're jumping, I think, 3 steps ahead. Why would they ever go after Vander? They're not going to know it's Vander. It's just going to be a monstrous, being or what have you.
Right. Yeah.
The only way they would go after Vander is if Vander is acting like Vander.
Potentially, or if they there's an element of where they can basically see that it was that Vander's body remains whatever were used in some way in the creation of Warwick.
I think if anything, they would have to then know for some reason that this is actually Vander, and the only way that would happen is if he fights one of them, and
or
doesn't kill them, and then they tell the other that, oh, Vander's here? No.
I agree, it's a stretch.
I'm trying to plot it out in my head, and I see way more opportunities where it's the thing of Vander does things in general, and it's a thing of where that kind of force in the Undercity basically just ends up being a gigantic wrecking ball to Ambessa's plans.
Yeah.
And it's the thing of where it's like,
absolutely.
Oh shit.
Well, because I don't think it's going to be... Warwick's not going to be unleashed in the Undercity.
Well,
it's going to be unleashed in Piltover, topside.
No.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah, because why else do you make them to rampage in Undercity? That doesn't make too much sense.
Well, no, because they're about to be attacked.
Well, okay, sure, but when I think of if you wanted something like Warwick to be most effective, you put him into the place where that's not going to be as well defended, and where whatever collateral damage happens, you don't care.
Okay, so this is a characterization thing for Singed. I don't believe Singed is that kind of person, though.
Okay.
I think that the thing that he would do is basically, he wouldn't bring back, he has actual motivations for bringing back Vander. It's not just a thing of this is me making a monster to go and unleash on Piltover. Think about it from him as being the oldest... The last remaining Zonite, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
He is doing this to basically hold on to the legacy of Zon.
Okay,
he
sure.
He's doing this with the Shimmer. He's doing this with all this stuff.
If someone could basically make it so that Zon isn't a place of utter chaos and stuff, regardless of what the situation is.
That's what Vander was before in the show.
Was before. Yeah.
So him coming back makes sense as I will be the Dark Guardian.
Right.
That is a don't fuck with us.
Yeah, full Batman. I love it. So
and that gives him agency too.
So okay, here's the thing that I want to get into though.
Yeah.
So the reason why I have the resistance to the idea of Vander actually being in there, right? Because it hasn't been, confirmed that it's Vander, but it's going to be Vander,
it's
right?
Vander,
But tonally,
okay,
that is very different from what season 1 established.
Oh,
because season 1 is no matter what you try and do, everything goes wrong.
Well, yes.
Episode 3 can't be undone. You never get that uninterrupted conversation, right? You know, like,
but
everything goes wrong. And so if we end up having something where basically Vander comes back from the dead, basically, and as a result of that, and he's still there, and he's able to help these two reconcile, you can do that. And I like the idea of it because then it's a direct 180 switch tonally, where it's the hey, and here you get your miracle. But that's like
no. See, this is the thing. It works absolutely tonally because this show is called Arcane. This is not called the Jinx and Vi show.
No.
This is about miracles. This is about the absolutely absolutely impossible things.
All right,
being made possible.
All right, so now I think that's a good segue
nice transition
to switch into to the everything else in this episode.
The everything else in this episode,
So, okay. Yeah, we've got trippy, like, whatever that sequence was, which, like, with Jace and Echo and Heimerdinger, and I gotta say, I love the decision for that, because I was like, what's the way that this is going to be relevant? Oh, hey, we're basically just retreading the thing of the first act in season 1 of Jace is up to some shit,
right. It's he's not doing this intentionally anymore.
Oh no, totally. But the idea that like that's going into like the weird territory where it's like, okay, that is the thing that's going to dictate basically a large portion of the rest of the season, but also whatever follow-up series they do where it's all right, now we're going to different locations or whatever. This is that.
Yeah.
And then also the definitely not shadow assassins that we had that tried to kill
Before we go into that, though, because I don't really know what that is, you seem to know a little bit more about that. The kaleidoscope kind of effect thing there with them, having like their whole bodies like split and everything.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool. But then we get like a Jace vision here where he goes and he sees the stuff from
his childhood. Yeah.
So like, let me go and find the actual images of this, because this was nuts. Yeah,
right.
He
touches it.
Touching the arcane here. It tears him apart.
Yep. He's seeing the dude that saved him and his mom.
Yeah.
First bit of magic he saw.
Right.
And then he takes the hammer and he strikes it. And we have the planet that was like or whatever the thing was that
it's not that in this image.
It's not that in this image.
Now it's the
whole
wild rune.
The wild
thing.
rune or whatever.
Yeah. But it's the same it's the same image as from one back then.
And then he strikes it with his hammer and
it blows up, but you can see like this like form of like this like, I mean, it's almost like a Rorschach image. But
it very much feels like a Rorschach image. Yeah,
like you can make whatever you want out of it. But it has like a butterfly look. It has like a rebirth look.
Yeah, by comparison to the Act 1 of season 1, when this happens, we then see the aftermath of like all the little floating lights. When it's like, all right, hey, we made it work. We don't really get that here. No. We just get he strikes it, shit goes even more wild, and then we cut away and we don't go back.
Yeah.
What happened? Like we need to know. We need to know. And there's going to be so many there are going to be so many long-term consequences as a result of this. But also, just as a little thing that tickled my funny bone, the fact that they actually brought up in this episode, hey, are we a soft magic system or a hard magic system? And it's like, well, we're going to do both.
Yes.
The answer is the question. It's like...
I really liked that as well. So there's runes, right? And those have a language to it. It's like, yes. So what are those other things? Those are desire, will, and emotion.
And
we can't understand those.
And the pass me the book versus the, hey, pass me the book. No, come on, pass me the book. Da, 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 da. And then, okay, you side, right? I made that happen, even though that wasn't what I asked for. That made my writer heart go like, God damn it.
That's so cool.
That's such a perfect way to do it. Like,
it was so efficient.
No, yeah, exactly. Because that is one of the ultimate like conundrums for writers of like, wait, but how do I take this nebulous concept that's not based on reality and explain it to a bunch of people with words on a page? You know,
the Arcane writers are fans of Brando Sando lectures.
Right, exactly.
Magic systems.
And so that was fantastic. But then the idea that like we're actually going to be able to get into both and explore both, which, oh hey, bringing that up when you have a mage assassin that tries to kill Ambessa.
And then whatever's going on with Victor at the same time.
Oh yeah, that too.
Just to use those two as like different kind of
our touchstones and data points for weird.
Yes.
You know, exactly.
For the magic,
Right. And so, we have that. So it's like, all right, cool. That's going to be something that's gone into. And then, oh hey, yeah, it's also used to like just whisk away Mel and her assistant. Okay. Like, but also the same kind of magic. So then it's like, wait, but the assassin was killed. Oh, okay. So this is like an organization. So,
well, yeah, but she said my death like doesn't matter.
Right, exactly. So. So it's like, all right, there's more. So, okay. And I could be getting some of this lore slightly wrong. But basically,
give me the lore.
So we've got Noxus that's very much being established with like Ambessa and all that stuff, and using it by name and all of that, right?
Right.
So there's lots of fun things that we get into from that. But one of the things that is in the League lore is this idea of like the shadow assassins, right?
Okay.
And so a lot of the like the the actual like assassin role champs are like shadow assassins, basically, right? And it is tied to Noxus as far as I understand. So
like specific ones or like all of them?
I believe the organization in general.
Which organization?
The Shadow Assassin organization.
They're just called the Shadow Assassins?
Yes, it's very like, yeah. And so the fact that they aren't dropping a name here, I think is a good choice. Shadow Assassins is, fairly straightforward.
Okay, because they did seem to hint at the Black Rose kind of stuff. That did seem to be a name.
And so I feel like that might. Yeah, so it might be something where they're like slightly adjusting the name, or like, there's lots of, ways to talk about it. But we had assassins that used magic and stuff. So at the very least, it's tying to the outside world and people that have, understanding of forces that we don't necessarily.
Well, there's a lot of mages just in League of Legends too.
Right, exactly.
And the thing that I got as a non-League lore aficionado is the idea that what's her name? Amara, she seems to be basically the equivalent, if you will, of just like a plant,
Yeah.
Someone who very much is like, oh, yeah, I've been sitting here for a while. This is a place where magic was at some point.
Right.
And, oh, magic is coming back. Cool. I'm going to lightly just take note of where things are at as things start to escalate. I will send reports back, or what have you. But the idea that they're more terrified of Ambessa getting her hands on the magic than they are really of whatever they're doing with the magic. Now, that could be because Jace has kept most things kind of top secret. But Season 1 happened. There was a lot of stuff about how they're going to use Hex Tech to just enhance the city as a whole.
I think it's because it was primarily being used for economic stuff, right? Where it's like, then at the very least, all right, definitely keep an eye on it, but it's not as much of like an imminent threat. Whereas if someone
aren't going to then have access to the magic, it's going to be in structures and in systems.
Even if the pretense of, we're making these weapons, but these are totally for peaceful purposes, at least you have the pretense, right? Which means at least it's not going to be full war machine, stuff, right? Like, you're not going to suddenly turn into Saruman, right? So the fact that, I think it's that if Ambessa gets it, a high-ranking person from the Noxus military, that's immediately what it's being used for.
Here's the other thing here is that they looked into Ambessa's past or her status in Noxus.
Yeah.
And she's actually lost like all of her holdings, according to this. So this is not necessarily just I don't think this is actually a shadow assassin organization.
Okay.
As much as it is a mage cabal.
Okay.
That has like some kind of assassins, clearly. Sure. But they probably more employ them. And this is something bigger than that, where it's hey,
we don't want you to have that.
The Federation of Planets has noted that Earth has just reached light speed technology. So we're going to let you know that we need you to stop trying to, advance on the
got some
military
rules.
side of things here. If you don't, we're going to snip you at the root here so that you do not grow any further. Problem is that it's too late. Victor exists. Victor is a thing. And I love that Victor wasn't in this episode.
No.
But you could feel, and I felt it, you could feel the absence of Victor here.
Oh, yeah.
I want to bring up something that's a little bit curious here. Victor, I believe, is a champion in League.
He is.
But I don't know anything
mid-laner.
about him.
Mid laner mage.
Right. So clearly, yes, he's going to become a mage.
Yeah.
But it's the thing of like, in the story right now, before this episode, I always thought that Victor was going to be the one that would usher in the new age of magic into this world, right?
And I think there's that.
Well, it still makes sense.
He's doing
that
it to an extent.
He's doing it to an extent, but by bringing in outside forces that also
Have
kind
magic.
of have magic and would then in some ways undercut Victor's ushering in of magic, that to me doesn't mean that Victor's not going to be the one ushering it in. No, that means Victor's going to usher in an era, like something much bigger than shadow assassins or mage cabals.
Right. Because
and then the thing that I wanted to bring up is that when we saw the images of, Jace in his past and things like that, and I've been thinking about the ways that Victor and Jace are diametrically opposed.
Sure.
What is this mage in Jace's past, but in some ways ushering in this era or this thought, this idea of magic into him in a way that feels very symbolically kind of like what's going on with Victor.
And especially crazy given the fact that, like, Jace is not that old.
No.
And so, granted, maybe he wasn't in Piltover or whatever. He was somewhere else where, like, okay, you run into a mage, right?
Sure.
But everything that we've gotten from, like, of actual magic that wasn't hex tech so far,
right,
has been not public.
No.
Right? You have an assassin. Okay, that makes sense. But, like, none of Mbessa's people are mages, right? Like, as far as we've seen, the person who saved Jace, that's out in a blizzard, right? It's the, okay, I save a person that's out here and all right, that's it. Yeah. The teleporting thing, that very much felt like an escalation of, okay, the assassination didn't work, so we're going to do something else.
We're going to abduct her and then use her as leverage against Mbessa. Yeah.
Right. And, but even then it's the, all right, no one else is going to be like there when the teleporting happens. We're just, there we go. Right.
Yeah.
So, that feels like it gives a vibe of, even if there is magic outside of Piltover, that doesn't mean that it's like something that's widely accepted or utilized,
or
right?
widely, right.
Exactly. And so then Victor being somebody who ushers it in as a more commonplace thing on top of hex tech and all of that stuff, right? Which then also explains why Mbessa, desperation aside, would be so interested in something like this, because that is still groundbreaking shit, right?
Yes.
It's not just, oh hey, Piltover found a way that they can palatably accept. It's no, this is actually some crazy new stuff.
Right. It's the difference of why the hex tech delves into this whole rune related stuff versus this shadow thorny black rose kind of magic here has like a distinct color, almost limitation in that it seems to grow out from itself. It doesn't have what I would call the like transpositional kind of magic where it seems to defy physics and spatial limitations. It seems more like a growth. It seems more like a cloud gas kind of viney miasma.
Kind of an organism of sorts rather than the very, like, that stuff feels way more fantasy, whereas the hex tech stuff feels way more sci-fi.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So, all that to say, I cannot believe we got all this in episode 3. And by episode 3.
Right. Well,
and now we're hinting at so much more beyond episode 3.
Oh, yeah.
That has nothing to do with Vi or Jinx.
Right, which is why, like, because, okay, we all very distinctly remember episode 3 of season 1.
Yes.
Right? So going into this, it's like, okay, this is gonna, all right, we're ready.
Up, Buttercup.
Yeah.
4, 5, and 6 are gonna be wild.
My ass cheeks are clenched. Okay, let's go.
And
then,
this is where we're at by 3.
And
and
it's
4,
like,
5, and 6 are a jump from that.
Well,
What's the jump from there to 7, 8, 9?
But as far as the things that actually like happened, it got weird for sure. The Vi and Jinx stuff was definitely emotional and everything, but this actually felt fairly like, oh, okay, not too many crazy bad shit happened.
Right, no,
you know?
no wild developments as far as advancing things forward. We basically resolved some past stuff and introduced some new things, and then we advanced things with Caitlyn in a very specific direction and broke the relationship between Vi and Caitlyn right after the kiss.
Yeah, which is like, okay.
So now just to cap things off, Caitlyn.
Yeah.
I love so much the way in which this show does sound, music, and sound design and everything like that. But the idea to have Mbessa's manipulations and the ways in which she kind of took, what was his name? Salo.
Yeah.
And basically like twisted him just enough that he thought he was about to get like power here. And then right at the moment when she's like, okay, I'm going to use you for this. And he's like, oh, it's all excited. Cool. I'm going to be crowned and she'll be my puppet master. Wonderful. This will be great. She basically hits him in the throat, basically like, nope, no speaking down. And I don't think that was her. I think that was the guy, the bodyguard guy.
Yep.
But then she takes the Kiraman name, takes the past of Piltover, and basically like sticks her hand in the puppet thing and just kind of lifts it up. But the way in which Caitlyn was shocked by this, kind of almost accepted it, but then silenced the last thump, gave me this vibe of God. Caitlyn is not stupid.
Oh, of course not.
Caitlyn sees what's going on here. And yet, the pain of what happened with Vi is going to linger.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Caitlyn that has that shadow thing in the opening that looked like this horrifying like monster that she's going to become.
Oh, yeah.
End up delving into that. Because if 4, 5, and 6 is where the monsters are unleashed, pun very much intended, then I want 7, 8, and 9 to be, what do we create out of the monsters?
Yeah.
If, we ended season 1 with, the monster you created and stuff. I want our monsters. I want what we've created as people, as humans, as characters in this story, to then build something beautiful, wild, and, full of potential out of it. And that feels like what the Arcane stuff will be.
Because if the first season was about family, this next one is about war and society. And so it's that's where you keep all of the wonderful stuff that we had in season 1 thematically.
Right.
Because then it's basically just scaling it up to a grander.
Right. And thus we'll have to have all the characters hold extra tightly to the little bit of family and intimacy that they have left.
Right.
So I want basically them to tear things apart in the next 3 so that they can then pull it back as much as they can together in the last episode.
The kid didn't die.
Woo!
Oh my God.
Timo is okay.
The show creators knew what they were doing. You know how episode 3 went in season 1? We're going to have all of these characters here that you're going to be like, not crazy attached to, but like you're going to have some attachment. That are like so kill-offable, right? Like wouldn't it be terrible if this puppy just got in the head, right? And then they're all okay. And I'm like, oh, thank God. All right. Like even to the point of like, hey, those 3 people that we brought with us, let's actually send them home.
Sure.
That will, if anything, complicate this situation, right? Which, if anything, that was actually probably good for Vi, bad for Kate. Because no, Jinx would have actually just ended up getting killed.
Right.
That's what would have happened.
Yeah. Also, fun little thing here. I'm so glad to be proven wrong because it's so much more interesting this way. The way in which Maddie's her name?
Yeah.
Maddie started thumping with a smile, but the other guy, the other enforcer, turned away. Is so cool here because I had been thinking that they were a part of a Medarda scheme, but no, none of them are. They're all just individual people that are making their own choices in this escalating conflict.
And this is where they actually feel like they're being upgraded to characters because they're off the immediate like utilitarian chopping block.
Well, they're also not on the executioner squad either.
Right.
Because now things are going to be bigger than that.
Exactly.
Which means that they're going to need to make individual decisions as a larger part
and
of the
so we
conflict.
gave each of them a meaningful bit of characterization
Yes.
that we can then have as a foundation moving forward.
Yes.
And both of them I loved.
Right.
So let's keep this up.
They were different.
Right.
But specifically the guys who I thought he was kind of sent to like kind of prep Vi a little bit so that then Maddie, which I really still think she was being a little bit handsy in the way in which she kind of pushed Vi a little bit there.
Sure.
It doesn't need to be that complicated within some scheme because there was very clearly the Mbessa, orchestrated the attack, obviously.
Right. And so there was a lot of conveniences that you then look at in a different light.
Right. But we don't need to look at that for all of them because this one here was a very clear, no, I'm not about that. I already lost somebody.
Right. There's a reason that Vi found me just like passed out drinking,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need to go. I need to go through this again with another attack.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so
out.
I love
for
that.
those reasons. I'm out. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And so now we've got plenty to work with moving forward.
Plenty.
And
the show's so peak.
Those three characters of those two and the kid being alive also does something for me, not just in the like emotional well-being, but in the sort of trust issues willing to get attached kind of way.
Right.
Because when you kill off characters a bunch, you can kind of just see like anyone that shows up, any new characters is just like, you just don't have X's over your eyes yet, right? Like, you're just a corpse that hasn't happened, right? Like, oh no, okay, these are actual people. I can like care about them and they might have things that are interesting that happen with them and to them,
It's a testament to this show's craft that it is so efficient with every frame of animation that it gets to give us reasons to care about all the characters that they showcase.
Yep.
Because there are some that you're going to prefer. There are some that are going to be your favorite. There are some that you're going to literally feel your heart beat to theirs. And then there are others where you're going to be like, oh, I can see you. I don't necessarily care intensely about you, but yeah, you have a little heart. You have a little bit of, a dream. You have something that makes you tick. And I am going to feel things when you make decisions. That's a really good like crowd background tertiary character.
Oh yeah. Yep.
That's why we can have those little attachment moments when our Shimmer addict buddy, what was his name?
Right.
Showed up again
and
Victor
got
cured.
Yeah.
Huck.
Yeah.
Because of the ways in which Vander looked out for him back in season 1.
Which is one of the reasons why I don't want Vander to come back in like a person way.
Damn it,
man. Because
damn it, man. Let me have this.
No,
let
because
me
the
hope.
show has plenty of characters that
Let
are
me
awesome that it
hope.
can use that are new characters and everything, or even old characters that we didn't think were going to be used that much. And so have it still be Vander. There's plenty that you can work with from there, but have the person of Vander be dead and gone.
Yeah,
if it's not, and I know
No,
they
you
could.
can't-
I know
you
they could.
can't- you
I know they
can't
could do
just-
it in a fantastic way.
Unless
but
they
as
want
a
to go
personal
pure
preference,
grim dark fantasy, not dark fantasy, grim dark,
Uh-huh.
with having him be basically the nightmare that hounds.
Hey, when a
this
Warwick's in
world.
the jungle and you know that at any
See,
point.
I don't have this predisposition of what Warwick
Yeah,
is
no,
supposed
I
to be
know.
or look like. You have to take your league
yeah.
bullshit and yeet it.
He's
down,
terrifying.
Yeet it down lane.
You're never safe to recall. He can dive you.
So you're too traumatized.
No matter where you are, he can find you.
See, I'm just thinking about this as being some like, Warwick doggy daddy, and
He's a wolf on the hunt. But it's just build Grievous and you're fine. No.
All right, but y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. This was a very long discussion, so thank you very much for watching the whole thing if you did. Leave a comment with your favorite part of the discussion. We'll get back to it once, season 2's over and we can go through the comments and everything. But yeah, if you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about animated shows in general, Arcane, League of Legends stuff, or what have you. And also be sure to check out our Twitch channel. So if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.